So I was enduring narcissistic abuse. I was going to come up with this just way out story, and I decided, let me just get straight to the point. I was dealing with, and had no idea that I was dealing with narcissistic abuse. A friend of mine, I got a sense that I need to tell you. So, a friend of mine at the time, no longer a friend now, told me that she recognized and she discovered that what I was enduring was narcissistic abuse. And she said that she had the same problem that she recognized in the man that I was married to at the time. And she said that she was a narcissist and so was he. She was able to recognize it because she was one herself. But she also began to give me some pointers about why I was enduring that and that what I needed to do. And basically, what she told me was to let it go. I didn't know how to let it go. And I didn't know if I was letting it go and staying in the marriage, letting it go, staying out of the marriage, letting it go and enduring the abuse and the mistreatment. I didn't know any of that. All I remember her saying was, let it go. But I began to do some studying and searching, and I found this self assessment test that I have mentioned before, and I'm happy to link it here. But in the self assessment test, that's when I discovered that what I was really enduring was narcissistic abuse. And that test was basically just to answer the questions: is your partner or your spouse a narcissist? Took that test and I discovered that I was. And anyway, I went through the process. I ended up getting a legal, or they didn't call it in my state a legal separation, but basically it was a separation agreement that we both agreed upon at that time. They may have one now, I'm not sure. And I decided to no longer live like that. That's not why I was placed on this earth. I was not placed on this earth to be misused, misled, to be mistreated by any person. And so I moved on. But I made a commitment, and I did end that marriage. And I made a commitment that I was going to help someone else because I had one person. She was well, she still is, I believe, an ND naturopathic doctor. And I was always health conscious, and I still am health conscious. And she encouraged me because she also was married to a narcissist, but he also had some other personality disorders that she was enduring. But she encouraged me that I need to do some things that will help me to release the stress, that the stress was tremendous and how it endures the body. I have no idea why I'm going this far. So my whole intentions was to share with you my 12-step process of what I went through. But anyway, so she did, but this apparently is for someone who needs to know or wants to know this. So she told me that anytime I was stressed or I feel stress, tension, to start to walk, because the walk begins to release all of the tension in your body, and the cortisol that builds up in your body is released, which is harmful to your muscles and to your heart and to all the different organs and the functioning of your body. And so I would do that. I started doing it. I would walk on a regular basis, lost a lot of weight, of course. And next thing you know, I was living my life, moving on, was growing. I was active in a church and was active in other activities, growing my business and so forth. And so I decided always wanted to have an online business of some sort. And it was not how it is right now, but I did. I started the process of learning how to develop an online business and what the processes were, because I've always started a business. And so, um, in that, I took this one course, not really realizing what the course was about, but the coach at the time was a profit coach, wealth coach. And what she mentioned to me in a private one-on-one coaching session about how I could turn this subject into a course of my own. So I'm really not a course of my own, but a coaching program of my own. And I got it here. I had to take a picture of it on my other phone because the details is actually on this phone. But I'm going to go over it. And I was going to just go over it individually, but I'm going to make sure I don't want to miss it. So I'm going to read each one of that to you. But I created, she said, and if you all, I'm not going to share this with you. I'm going to tell you the secret that I paid tens of thousands of dollars to learn, not just this, but a lot of other numerous things. One of the things that she coached me on was to go through this. I was like, how do I come up with a 12-month program? And she coached me, not suggested, she coached me on write down the 12 things you did to get out of narcissistic abuse. I'm like, why didn't I think of that? Because I was not a profit coach, but I was definitely a student of hers and willing to learn, and a client of hers as well. And so I did that. I wrote down the 12 steps it took me to release and get over and recover from and move on away from narcissistic abuse. And I began to coach others on it. I started a beta program, others, and I coach others on it as well. I had non-paying coach clients, and I also had paid clients as well. And so I'm saying had past tense, thinking of those past clients, but I am still open to it. But that's not at all the purpose of this. I just want to share with you what's in that 12-step program. But if you want to know more, you can let me know down in the comments, and I'll be happy to share that with you. But that's not at all the purpose of this. So let me get right to it. I have a teacher mindset, so I put it in the outline. It was the 12 steps, and I call it a 12-month outline by the quarters, meaning every 90 days or every 3 months or every three-month intervals. It was a 12-month or 12-phase program. And I have it broken down into the first quarter, the second quarter, third, and fourth quarter. So I'll just mention it as the first 90 days is number one, realization and no reality and realization. The second part, and this is still in the first 90 days that's covered in this coaching program, is action and research. The third part of this first quarter is testing the narcissist. These are the different areas of coaching that I provide on um, the 12-step programs to start the process of eliminating or removing or releasing the narcissist from your life. The next one, which is the second 90 days, so the second quarter, is protection from narcissists, not just that one narcissist, but narcissists. Because usually, if it's one in your life, there are many others that are either trying to enter your life or you're surrounded by them somehow. The next one, but that was number 4. So this one is number 5, is how to fix it. Yes, we go through a process, those who have endured this, of trying to fix the narcissist. And so, no, we're not going to do that, but that's the name of that particular phase. And then the next one is number 6, is tell the world. Now that you've gotten past all of that, you want to tell anybody who has endured or enduring narcissistic abuse, you to get out of it or what you have been enduring. And it's a whole lot more, but I'm just giving you the titles. So that's the first 2. The first, that's the second of the 90-day period of the 12 phase series or 12-month series. It's going to be done in 12 weeks. It can be done in 12 days also. And then the third, and I'm going to go back and read them all over, go give them all to you, all in the exact 12 steps. Okay. So now for the third quarter, which is the next 90 days, is number 7, rejection, number 8, haven, and number 9, grieving. takes place. Yes, you will grieve the narcissist. Okay, and then the fourth quarter or the fourth 90 days or the fourth quarter or the fourth phase is number 10, strengthen. Number 11, the world asks. And then number 12, new beginnings. And so let me just take a moment and just go over each of them. These are the 12 phases that I developed and I experienced. I actually experienced them first, and then I came with each phase. One piggybacks on the other. So you have to do one, and that has to be fully accomplished before you can move on to the next. You can move on to the next, but if you don't complete the first phase, the second phase will basically be bringing back the baggage of the previous phase onto that phase. So you want to fully complete that and stay inside that. So the first one is number one, and I'm going to go over each of the phases. And I'm hoping this is helping you. If it is helping you, please let me know. Let me know in the comments. So the first phase is reality slash. I have reality slash realization. Number two, action and research. Number three, protection from narcissists. That's plural. Number four. No, let me go back over. I made a mistake. Number one, reality slash realization. Number two, action and research. Number three, testing the narcissist. Number four, protection from narcissists. That's plural. Number five, how to fix it. Number six, tell the world. Number seven, rejection. Number eight, haven. Number nine, grieving takes place. Number 10, strengthen. Number 11, the world asks. And number 12, new beginning. So those are the 12 phases. The first three phases is coming to acknowledgement and realization of what you're enduring and going through the reality and adjusting yourself. The second phase has to do with doing what's necessary to protect yourself, to get yourself prepared so that you can remove this narcissist from your life and making that adjustment. Part of this is still some realization, but you're going through the process now. You're taking action. It is an action step. The third step is setting deep inside of you what you have endured and preparing yourself to move on to for the rest of your life. Accepting. This is really the hardest phase. You have to accept the truth about what you allowed in your life, what entered your life. You have to accept the truth about you, and you have to make some major changes. You've already made the decision when you first started this, because the very first one, which has to do with reality, action, and research and testing, has to do with making a decision that you do not want the narcissist to continue in your life, that you want to get this person out of your life. And then the last phase has to do with after you've done all the cleaning out of the narcissist in your life, the last part has to do strengthening yourself and moving on so you can enjoy life, enjoy what God has placed in your life, what He's created you for, enjoy some of the many things that you like, whether it's arts, whether it's the water, whether it's mountains, whether it's bird watching or looking at the animals, or if you like certain television shows or movies. If you're an explorer or you're an adventurer and you like to do things that you like to do, it could be something like knitting or some type of crafts or painting, whatever it is that you like to do. That last phase is starting to you're allowing yourself to move into your pleasure zone, what makes you happy. So those are the steps. And if you like to know more, if you're interested in more, you can let me know. But I just wanted to share with you in this video this the 12 steps and there's 12 processes that I took and that turned into a coaching program thanks to the recommendation of my coach at the time. I turned into this program so that you can begin to heal, move on, and live without narcissism being in your life. Thank you for that. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening. I hope that, and my wish is that this has helped you, this has benefited you somehow, and that you will move away from, and that you will start that process if you haven't started, but you will go through that process of removing them. Let me just say that. Let me say this to you: you can be happy again. You can smile again. You can move on with your life again. And if it's not again, it's now. You can, if you've never experienced that, you can start to experience it now. You do not, I know it sounds like a broken record probably if you've seen my videos before, but you do not have to live like that. You don't have to accept that type of treatment, that misuse, that abuse. None. You're too beautiful of a creation to endure that. And I want to encourage you, it's time to move on. So I wish you the best. And I am hoping, or it is my prayer, that this helps you somehow, that it helps you to move forward and propels you forward to the greatness that you was created to be. If this video has been helpful, please share it. Please let others know. Please share in the comments your thoughts and how this has benefited you or what steps are you going to take next. And I will see you in the next video. Yes, bye for now.